Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Beyond Reality. I'm SOLRETA and I just want to say a big thank you for joining us. And also thank you for those of you that joined us for Beyond Galactic over last Friday night. It was so much fun to share my fairy videos with you guys and a little bit of UFO footage and things that have been happening. Kind of fun to tie it together into, everything that's evolving and coming out. And that's what I have to share with you guys tonight is some downloads that I've been getting from Spirit today in preparation for talking to you guys. So before we do that, I just want to remind you guys to please share the love and jump on over to YouTube. If you're not on already, you guys might be watching this from Rumble, but please like, share, subscribe. Do send this out to friends and family that you think might be interested too. And yeah, we've got some really interesting videos. You can see the Beyond Galactic from last week. You can see JC with a JFK special as well. So many different things. We've got Jen's here with expanding consciousness and oops, let me just drop that one down. Accidentally clicked on it. Also, I just want to remind you guys that I have the consultations available at the moment. So if you guys go on to consultations.beyondmystic.net, you will see myself and Meg and Jens and a few of the others as well that will be taking consultations soon. So please use Beyond Mystic in all caps to save 10% when you're booking with me. And we have the Mystical Oracle reading session available, which I've seen a lot of people have booked this one recently, and it's been so much fun to look into questions with you guys. We're looking into doing a pulse check around like your energy, looking into like what your aura is also communicating at the moment. Because the aura for me, having seen auras my whole life, this is our quantum field and things appear here first before they step down into our physical reality. So we can learn and understand so much from looking into our energy fields, into our aura. We can also look into the guides and things and beings that are also around us. So yeah, mystical oracle session. It's kind of like an old school oracle where you can ask different questions and we'll look into spirit's advice around things. We also look into tarot too. So not only do we get the confirmation from the aura, what spirit talks about, I also read the cards and then we flip them over to get that double confirmation. So we also have the Starseed Origin readings. And I know I've read for a lot of you already for Starseed Origin. So yeah, a mystical oracle is a great follow-up session for really getting deeper into other areas or questions or past lives, things like that you guys might be interested in. But yeah, I'm having a lot of fun at the moment. Finding some beautiful clients that also have similar Starseed Origins is always a lot of fun too, and really looking at our gifts and development going forth for future. So let's jump back in and have a look at the week coming up ahead. So Spirit was talking to me quite strongly earlier today. The vision that they were giving me, because I work very clairvoyantly, I kept getting shown an image and then wanting us to actually meditate on this vision of a pond or a lake. And I kept seeing this image of beautiful green lily pads with lotuses, but I also want to set the intention first before we step into Spirit's request around meditation, into why we're working with Lotus and why we're working with kind of immersing ourselves into the spiritual frequency of the plant world. And if we talk about Lotus being a healing vibration as well, there's certain energetic attributes and spiritual medicinal qualities that they want us to imbue from the Lotus. So not only does Lotus work with like your seventh chakra, the crown chakra, it also helps to build like a really strong spiritual life force energy. And I've written some notes as well. So it also helps to flood your soul with divine light and activate the light body. It's really purifying, transcending. It's also connected to do with spiritual liberation. And that's why Spirit was also wanting us to have a look into that this week. You'll probably see a couple of cockatoos out there at the moment. So yeah, let's jump into this. The first part that they wanted me to share was just a few notes. They asked me to literally open to a particular page. And so I have, and I'll share with you what this is about. The funny thing is, I love it how Spirit weaves things together. So, going to this page and it talks about plants. So it's not a mistake that Spirit is getting us to look into Lotus and maybe do a little meditation around it. So this is the book, An Outline of Esoteric Science by Rudolf Steiner. And the part that they were wanting me to read to you guys talks about We meditate on the mental image of a plant that first grows, then decays. We allow an image to come about into our souls of a gradually developing plant that emerges from a seed, and one leaf after another unfolds as flowers and fruit develop. Then we picture how the plant begins to wilt. We follow the process to the point of complete dissolution. We then meditate upon this image. We gradually arrive at the feeling of becoming and decaying, from which the plant is only an image. So when we persevere at this exercise, this feeling develops an imagination of the process of transformation that underlies physical becoming decay. However, if we want to achieve the corresponding inspiration, we must do the exercise differently. We must reflect upon the actual soul of activity that is derived of the idea of becoming and decaying from the image of the plant. We must allow the plant to disappear completely from our consciousness and meditate only on our own inner activity. So with this as well, what I was really kind of taking from this, and the message I feel Spirit is wanting us to get into, is that we're actually getting a whole new foundation of spiritual senses, psychic gifts, and upgrades. But we actually need to feel into that non-seen, supersensical world, and if not, just immerse ourselves completely in this. So this is what Spirit was guiding me for this week, is for those of you that tune in, that get soft, that get quiet, that get open, we're going to be upgrading things. So they've actually, I felt a quote come out of myself. So I've put, we are building the foundations for our new spiritual senses for the new epoch. So with the age of Aquarius and everything like that that's happening, and ending of the old era, we're actually starting to step in and develop. So just like in the Atlantean days, we would have had more of a telepathic connection, or in Lemurian days, we would have been super connected to the plants and receiving and communicating with animals and things like that. We're actually building a new set of spiritual senses going forth into the future. So I would love to hear what old, Theosophists and that would have said around this particular age coming forth. And I'm sure that I will find some information linked on it, but they're really showing that they want us to immerse in this right now. So we'll start with that, and then we'll jump into having a look into the cards. I have had a couple of interesting cards just personally, like for myself, connected to do with all of this too. So it'll be interesting to see where we go. So I'll just get you guys to just begin by focusing and centering on your breath. You might even want to place a hand over your belly, one on your heart. And I want you just to gently receive a feeling of just lowering yourself into a beautiful, just lovely, lucid state. Just listening to the sound of my voice, letting it carry you, letting it help you drift into a deeper state of consciousness, focusing on your breath, knowing that you're going deeper and deeper and deeper into a theta state, with your breath becoming deeper, exhalations also becoming deeper, and just feel your body starting to ease in to a feeling of nice lukewarm water with the sun permeating on a beautiful lake. And just feel yourself being immersed in the beautiful spiritual plants of the lotus, seeing yourself floating amongst gorgeous green lilies and lily pads, but also seeing beautiful pure white lotuses reaching up out of the water. And what's beautiful about a lotus is that it quite often needs the harshness and the mud and that hard weighing down type experience, like what we have here in the third dimensional reality, in order for the flower to open and fully reach this beautiful spiritual qualities that it has. So just feeling at the same time that you're being imbued by these spiritual qualities that the lotus puts into the water, that your aura is soaking that in like medicine through every cell, every pore, every auric body, repairing any damage, healing, releasing anything that is no longer meant for you, or anything that no longer serves your best and highest good, sending it on its way to be transformed, sending it back to source. So we're just going to lay here for a moment and just feel this beautiful spiritual quality of the lotus and the sun working together to build this beautiful, strong, etheric energy in your aura, feeling how you're connected to the supernatural and the supersensical worlds, knowing that we're actually developing new heightened senses and connections, that we're developing gifts with ease, as if that we had always had them, feeling very natural to work with and activate these beautiful senses and gifts, helping prepare us into this new epoch and this new stage of evolution. So I'm just going to leave you here just for a minute, just to see if there's any message that also comes to you from this sacred pond. And we're just going to start to gently just come back into body, just noticing your breath and your awareness coming back in through your lungs, awakening you. And just when you're ready, feeling your energy just start to slowly return back into the room, and we will pick some cards. And just let me know in the comments below if there was a vision that you saw, if there perhaps was a feeling or a color connected, or even an animal or something. Let me know if there was a message that you had. Now, let's have a look and see what Spirit shows us. Now, this is also strengthening the aspect of the part of us that's connected between the spiritual and the physical. So just know that, for some of you guys, it might also be that you're feeling psychic senses and things get a little bit stronger, or your dreams and visions and things get a bit stronger. So let's have a look into what Spirit has. And I'm using the Alice in Wonderland deck today. So thank you for coming down this rabbit hole with me. And let's have a look and see. And I can see one card looks to be a double card. So with this deck, I do just flip these over. So we have the Four of Wands, the Tower. We have the Six of Wands, the Star card. And we have the King of Teacups, which is King of Cups. And we have the Two of Spheres, which is Two of Swords. So we're actually coming into, they're giving me the word graduation. So I feel like we're coming into a sense of kind of where we've learned to a certain level and we're about to venture on into like a heightened state or a heightened kind of way of being and existing. So the Four of Wands, which is the Four of Flowers in this particular deck. So with Four of Wands, we know that it can sometimes be a merger taking place, or it can represent a marriage. It is Aries and Venus energy. It also is known as a card of completion. So there's some cycle that we've completed. So for some people that haven't paid attention or are not stepping into really everything that astrology has been setting us up for, and Meg just did a great video, by the way, to do with like Chiron, the wounded healer, I think it was conjunction with Aries. I would have to go back and check, but she also did the individual signs as well. But we do have a Tower moment. So this might also be that further eliminating people that are not on our same wavelength, that are not perhaps, supposed to be part of this future going forward. We might be seeing some of these exit. Remember, with the Tower, we have the Hebrew glyph of Per. So our words were as precious as gold. So what are you investing? What are you building with your words in terms of this new frequency, this shift, this new age that we're entering? What are your words creating and speaking life into and setting up in terms of existence? We then have we've got the Seven of Flowers or the Seven of Wands. This is sometimes called a card of valor or strength. It's a Leo and Jupiter growth expansion type energy. So with this, sometimes we will also see where we've had to fight. So in the traditional deck, we'll see the wand and the man looks like he's battling or kind of holding off the wolves. So with this, and the Tower card as well, it really is to be careful not to get pulled into, they're giving me the word saga or dramas. So know, like, when you're repeating a pattern, choose to remove yourself from it. We have the Star card. There's new hope, there's new qualities, there's new spiritual energies wanting to be imbued. And this card, I don't think, has any lotuses. This deck of cards don't have lotuses in it. This is pretty close to the green energy and the white lotus. It's a white rose. And it's funny because I do actually have rose right here that I put on this morning. So for some of you guys, you might also be feeling to use other flowers. So yeah, with the Star card, this is about authenticity. And we know that authenticity has a higher vibration, even than love. So if you're holding rose energy, which is love, and you're holding this beautiful star energy and vibration of authenticity, you know, this is really about stepping into your element too. And then we see the King of Cups, or the King of Teacups, which looks like the door in Alice in Wonderland. So with this beautiful King of Cups, it is to really hold this vision of the spiritual world, this utopia that you wish and desire to see manifest here on the physical earth plane. And we're starting to create that within our vision and things. And we see Two of Spears, which is Two of Swords. So with this, it is a Libra energy as well. With the Two of Swords, we know that there's a blindfold in the traditional deck. She has two swords. Now, what's interesting in relation to this is she only can feel and touch, yet something within her with the blindfold and with them crossed over her heart is telling her that there's more to life. So Spirit is literally asking us to get super quiet and soft at the moment, to really tune into this extra element of a world between worlds, or to tune into the messages and spiritual qualities being imbued into the spiritual world. So whether this is coming in from the solar updates and galactic frequencies and Schumann frequencies that are also coming in, as well as the interesting astrological alignments, I actually really feel that this is part of this epoch energy. So we do have lots of, you know, beautiful spiritual beings that are also assisting within this, and our guides and things too. So let's have a look for a few clarifiers. And oh, they want the Star Tarot. Let me have a look. Different decks today. This deck I usually use is more of a clarifier, but yeah, they're not using my traditional deck that we would usually use. Sometimes this will be because there's a picture that they want in particular, or a message that's perhaps in one of the images to come through, and I felt one drop. So the one that dropped is Six of Cups. So Six of Cups for me is more connected to superstring theory. It's beautiful Sun and Scorpio, or is it Cancerian? One of those two. So with the Six of Cups, it's this beautiful interconnected energy. So it's that we are all connected. So there is a collective consciousness that's also shifting as we're doing this process together. So I wonder if anyone else has been feeling messages come in from behind the veil. So Six of Cups for me is also like our other worlds and our other multidimensional aspects of self. So there is an awareness of this coming through. And I can clearly see the image of the sun on my favorite deck version of this. I just can't quite see the image of the other one. So we have King of Cups again. So in order, we next had the Ace of Cups. So we're seeing a beautiful spiritual unfolding. This is quite often my card that represents like activation of our quantum field, activation of the subtle energies in our aura too. So even just holding this intention, you guys are attracting these upgrades, these frequencies, but at the same time, we're purging and letting go. So if you feel that you need to cry, and I know Meg was saying this in one of her astrology videos as well, that, you know, there is this feeling of like overwhelm, or the Chiron wounded healer aspect at the moment, where we are processing things. So it's okay if you need to, you know, let things go emotionally and process, but we are stepping into a new frequency. We have the card of the Emperor. Now, on my favorite deck, we always have double Phoenix and Aries energy associated with the Emperor. So we're kind of venturing into new territory. And for some of you guys, you're also going to be the first ones to be in this territory, or in this new kind of spiritual veiled world of where we have a foot in each reality. And I'm seeing this in some of the aura drawings I'm doing at the moment, where people are really shifting and anchoring more these spiritual vibrations that are this new age, or this new epoch going forth. So again, we have King of Cups. So we see here how he's in flow. We see this beautiful dolphin energy and communication with the King of Cups as well. It really is imbuing this beautiful emotional type quality or this beautiful life force energy into this new, I guess, epoch or age going forth. So let's have a look into some clarifiers from my normal deck. I'm just going to flip these over because I know we're running short on time. So what we are seeing is watch your language. That's the way it's coming out. Watch your words, watch your language. So we've got Knight of Swords and then Seven of Swords. Watch out into any triggers or anyone trying to pull you into, they're giving me the word disillusion, disappointment, or anything that's kind of making you feel a bit deserted as well. Seven of Swords for me can be also watching about people's intentions, watching about manipulation, things like this. So just be like super ultra aware if someone's maybe saying something in terms of trying to manipulate. Five of Cups is also not feeling that you put all your eggs in one basket or that you're giving an energy for relying on someone else. I actually feel like this is an inequality that really feels like a solo journey is what they're showing me with this. So we have Two of Cups. This is also the card of love. And with Ace of Cups, it can represent self-love too. But this is about love and connection with others. So even just connecting and meditating in the video like we did at the start, we're also activating things. We have Ace of Wands and Queen of Cups. So we can see here how she's really reflecting this heightened awareness, and she literally is living in the veiled worlds and feeling that energy permeate into the physical. And this reflects that, oh my gosh, guys, I just realized it's the lake with the lotuses and the white lotuses. This is amazing. All right. So for those of you that might have caught this live and weren't able to meditate, definitely go back and let me know how you're feeling in that meditation. So I do have an oracle card to finish on, but before we do, I also just want to remind you guys, let me just pop this up, to please have a look onto consultations.beyondmystic.net. You'll see a write-up for all of my consultations there. You'll see availability and things, but please use the code BeyondMystic in all caps. So go to consultations.beyondmystic.net and you'll see my Mystic Oracle session and you'll see the Starseed Origins. And I just want to remind you guys as well to please jump on over to Beyond Mystic on YouTube. And if you're already watching this on YouTube, then please jump on over and check it out on Rumble. So there's a little bit of a different feel, a slightly different audience. Some of you guys we catch on both, but it's been really beautiful seeing the different crowd. So we have an oracle card from the Wild Wisdom Australia deck to finish. And the card that I got for you guys today is the card of the butterfly. So we see here the butterfly is all about grace. And it's funny, that was the energy I was feeling as we're doing the meditation and things, was just this spiritual grace. But we know butterflies are about transcendence, going from caterpillar state on the physical world into spiritual state. And you guys that have followed me for quite a while now, I talk about the spiritual senses in this way and our sphenoid bone, which is a butterfly shape. So this is about playfulness. It's about personal transformation, cycles, and soul. So it's time to lighten up, express your colors and embrace your soul. Butterfly comes to encourage more play, laughter in your life. It flutters to remove heavy tensions where you help you gain a new perspective on conflicts and things that are not being resolved. So when you see a butterfly or you have one land on you, it's about personal transformations that are taking place. Call on butterfly wisdom to help you through this process of transition, which is what we're going through right now. So it's actually perfect. So they are masters of moving from one life or lifestyle to another by metamorphosis. And that's what we're going through right now, is a beautiful spiritual metamorphosis. So the most recognizable trait of the butterfly is the beautiful colors. Butterfly reminds us to shine your inner beauty and show your colors off to the world. So butterflies are symbolic of loved ones that have crossed over. I know a few friends that have seen them lately to do with their family and loved ones, as well as hummingbirds. So they come as a comfort to you to let you know that you are loved, even though your loved one may no longer be present here. Their soul lives on in multiple dimensions. So you can call on a butterfly during a personal transformation to lighten up stressful areas in your life, to connect with your inner self. This is also about shining your inner beauty. It's also connected to your sacral chakra too. And the mantra associated with this is I embrace transformation for my highest good and allow my inner wisdom and beauty to shine. So thank you guys for joining me today. I look forward to catching up with you guys on Friday night at 8 p.m. for Beyond Galactic. I'm having so much fun on there, and we have some really interesting topics that Spirit's been pointing me in the direction of that we're going to be diving into and really looking into multiple layers and connections with specific areas. Yeah, it's going to be an adventure. So can't wait to join you guys over there, and have a beautiful week.